Did you know that 90% of passengers leave perks worth hundreds of dollars on the table every time they fly? I'm talking about completely free upgrades, food, drinks, and amenities that airlines never advertise but will gladly give you, if you just know how to ask. After logging over 200,000 miles and 75-plus flights last year alone, I've uncovered the insider secrets that flight attendants, gate agents, and airlines don't openly share with passengers. These aren't gimmicks or tricks, they're legitimate freebies that are already included in your ticket price, but most travelers never claim them. Today, I'm breaking the code of silence and sharing exactly what you can get for free on any flight, how to ask for it, and why airlines keep these perks hush-hush. Whether you're flying budget or luxury, domestic or international, these hidden freebies will transform your next flight experience without costing you an extra penny. The hidden drink menu. You know that drink cart that rolls down the aisle offering the same boring options? Turns out it's hiding a secret. Most airlines carry way more beverage options than what flight attendants initially offer. I discovered this on a flight to Chicago when I overheard a passenger next to me ask for cranberry juice, which wasn't on the cart. The flight attendant smiled, reached into a hidden compartment, and pulled out not just cranberry juice, but also ginger ale, tonic water, and even chocolate milk. Here's the game changer that most passengers miss. Airlines typically stock 15 to 20 different beverages, but only display the most common ones. I've tested this on dozens of flights, and every single time there were secret drink options available just for the asking. But wait, it gets better. Did you know you can ask for the entire can of soda instead of that tiny cup with 3 ice cubes? Absolutely true. Just smile and say, "Could I possibly have the whole can, please?" I've never been turned down. For longer flights, especially international ones, you're not limited to just one drink service either. That call button above your head, it's your direct line to free refills. Just press it and politely ask for another beverage. The flight attendants are happy to serve you as many complimentary drinks as they reasonably can during the flight. And if you're flying internationally, most airlines offer complimentary beer, wine, and spirits in all cabins. Yes, even economy. I once watched a couple spend $24 on cocktails because they didn't realize alcohol was already included in their transatlantic ticket price. Don't make the same mistake. The hot water hack that savvy flyers swear by. Here's a freebie that can save you $15 at the airport and make your flight infinitely more comfortable. Unlimited hot water. It sounds simple, but this is my absolute favorite flight hack. I always board with an empty wide-mouth thermos or insulated cup tucked in my carry-on. Once we reach cruising altitude, I ask a flight attendant for hot water to fill it. They're always happy to oblige. It's completely free and available on virtually every flight. Why is this such a game changer? Because with hot water, you can create your own in-flight cafe. I pack tea bags, my favorite is soothing peppermint, instant oatmeal packets, or even cup noodles for longer flights. While other passengers are shelling out $7 for mediocre airport coffee that's cold by boarding time, I'm enjoying fresh hot beverages throughout my flight at zero cost. One flight attendant confided in me that the hot water on planes is perfectly safe to drink, contrary to some internet myths. The water used for coffee and tea comes from separate tanks than the bathroom water and is regularly tested for safety. Pro tip: bring an empty collapsible silicone cup if you're tight on packing space. It weighs nothing, takes up minimal room, and still gives you access to this amazing freebie. I've saved hundreds of dollars with this simple hack over the years. The snack strategy. Let's talk about airplane snacks. Those tiny bags of pretzels or cookies that hardly qualify as a meal. What if I told you that you could double or even triple your snack allotment on every flight without paying a penny extra? On a recent flight from Atlanta to Denver, I watched a flight attendant reveal the truth to a hungry passenger. We almost always have extra snacks. We just can't offer them to everyone up front or we'd run out. Here's how to work this system. When the snack cart comes around, simply ask, "Could I possibly have one of each snack option?" 9 times out of 10, the flight attendant will happily give you both the pretzels and the cookies. No judgment, no questions asked. But timing is key. If you ask too early in the service, they might worry about running out. The sweet spot is when the cart is about halfway through the cabin. By then, flight attendants have a good sense of their inventory and are more likely to be generous. For longer flights, here's a pro move. About an hour after the initial service, walk to the galley and politely ask if there are any extra snacks available. Flight attendants typically set aside leftovers there, and they're usually happy to share rather than throw them away. One flight attendant told me they're actually instructed to accommodate reasonable requests for additional snacks. The key word being reasonable. Don't be the person asking for 10 bags of pretzels, but a second or third snack? Absolutely fair game. The extra meal. Secret on international flights. If you're on a long-haul international flight, this next tip could be a complete game changer for your comfort. Airlines typically board extra meals for these flights, about 10 to 15% more than the passenger count, to accommodate any last-minute changes or special requests. What happens to those extra meals? If they go unclaimed, they're typically thrown away after landing. But here's the secret. You can often request a second meal service for free. I discovered this on a flight to Tokyo when I was still hungry after the first meal. I quietly asked a passing flight attendant if there might be any extra meals available, and to my surprise, she returned 5 minutes later with a complete second dinner. The key is to wait until the initial meal service is complete for the entire cabin. Then, simply approach a flight attendant in the galley, not during their break time, and politely ask if there are any extra meals available. Be prepared to be flexible about the meal choice. You might not get the same option you had initially. A former international flight attendant told me they almost always have extras of at least one meal option, especially on flights to Asia and Europe. If you're particularly hungry or the portion seems small, this simple request can make your long-haul journey much more comfortable. The special meal advantage nobody talks about. Speaking of airplane food, here's a clever strategy that frequent flyers swear by. Ordering special meals isn't just for people with dietary restrictions. It's a brilliant hack anyone can use. When you book your flight, most airlines allow you to request special meals at no extra cost. Vegetarian, kosher, vegan, gluten-free, and many other options. Here's why this is so smart. Special meals are always served first, sometimes up to 30 minutes before the regular meal service begins. I started requesting vegetarian meals a few years ago, and the benefits have been amazing. Not only do I get served first, but the meals are often fresher and better quality than the standard options. Plus, while everyone else is still waiting for their food, I've already finished eating and can use the bathroom before the line forms. The process is simple. Call your airline or log into your reservation online at least 24 to 48 hours before departure and request your preferred special meal. It takes less than 5 minutes but can significantly improve your in-flight experience. The entertainment upgrades nobody claims. Airlines have seriously stepped up their entertainment game in recent years, but most passengers don't take full advantage of what's available to them. Those seatback screens or airline entertainment apps offer way more than just the latest movies. On a recent United flight, I discovered they offer complete seasons of premium HBO and Showtime series, content that would cost you $15 to $20 per month to subscribe to at home. Delta has similar partnerships with Disney Plus and Hulu, while American often features content from Netflix. But here's what most people miss. Many airlines also offer free access to digital magazines and newspapers that would cost $5 to $10 per issue to purchase. On my last international flight, I had complimentary access to the New York Times, the Washington Post, and dozens of premium magazines. For parents, there's an even better hidden perk. Most major airlines now offer kids' entertainment kits on flights over a certain duration, usually 3+ hours. These kits typically include coloring books, crayons, simple games, and sometimes even small toys. They don't advertise these, You have to specifically ask a flight attendant if they have any children's activity kits available. Even if you're not traveling with kids, some airlines like United offer relaxation kits with items like eye masks or calming lavender wipes. Again, these aren't automatically handed out. You need to request them directly from your flight attendant. And that wraps up the first 6 free airline perks that most passengers never claim. In part 2 of this series, I'll reveal 6 more game-changing airline freebies that are even more valuable, including how to score better seats, access free Wi-Fi, claim child-friendly perks, utilize medical kits, and more. These next-level hacks will genuinely make you feel like you're flying in a premium cabin, all while paying economy prices. If you found these first 6 tips helpful, please hit that like button and subscribe to Journey Tips. Leave a comment sharing which of these freebies you'll be asking for on your next flight. Thanks so much for watching. Safe travels, and I'll see you on the next Journey Tips.